it's me again, Crazy Bag Lady. So today's little video is a little tutorial on some little rag rug little flowers that I've made, which were inspired from my magazine. So I'm just going to run you through how to make them because I found them very simple to do, very easy to make. You only need a few little bits and you can just create so many lovely little flowers. You can dot them around your house and they're just so adorable. So without further ado, hope you enjoy this. Let's get stuck in. So this is the magazine that the idea was in. So I sat waiting for my husband's car to have its MOT at the garage. I was just flicking through, reading it as you do. And then I got to this and I thought, oh, that looks so interesting. So it's my mum's birthday soon and my mum loves crafting and stuff. So I thought, I wonder if I could make some for my mum. So I wasn't sure because I'm not bad at crafting, but I'm not absolutely 100% good at crafting. So I read what you needed and I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty simple. Round object, hessian, marker pen, sewing machine, thread, fabric scissors, rag rug, spring tool, which absolutely threw me. I thought, where am I going to get one of those from? So I went to a few craft shops, nobody got one. I went to a couple of charity shops, nobody got one. So I rang my mum, even though I haven't told my mum what I've made. I rang my mum and she was like, yeah, I've got loads of those. Because obviously older sort of people used to make rag rugs. It was very trendy and stuff years ago. So if you've got a grandma or maybe your mum or somebody, or maybe you've got one yourself, but that is the main thing that you need, which you might not have. Everything else is pretty much simple. A bit of hessian you can get from any craft shop. I think mine was £4 a metre. Anyway, so you could request a copy of this yourself. It's only June 2022. We're now in July, so you might still be able to get a copy of this magazine. But if not, I'll try and run you through how to make them. Right, let's get started. So the first thing it tells you to do is do a figure of 8. So you need a little round pot to draw around, roughly about 5 centimetres in diameter. And you don't have to use a marker pen, I've just used a normal biro. And you draw around them to make a figure of 8. So I've got enough to do 6 flowers. You spread them right out because obviously hessian does fray. So if you sort of drew around it and cut it here, it might fray. So you need this good depth while you're doing the flowers. You do trim them down after, but while you're creating, you do need to leave a good distance each side of your little shape. You need some fabric. So these are my little shapes that I've cut out. So it says here, cut your fabric into strips that are around 5 by 8 centimetres in size. You can vary the length and width of your strips for different effects. Lay 10 strips one on top of the other and use the scissors to shape the ends of the bunch of the strips so that they're either rounded, pointed or heart-shaped. Different shapes will give different looks to your flowers. So we've gone for like a curved end. It says cut 10. I actually ended up using about 40. So the more, I think it depends on the thickness of your fabric. So the thicker the fabric, probably the less you need. But if you've got thinner fabric, you need more bits. So I'd probably try cutting 30 out. And then if you need more or less, you can add or not use as much, but just see how you go. But there is about 40 little bits here. They don't have to be neat because obviously the more you sort of ruffle them about, the more raggedy and stuff they get. So they've used quite plain fabrics, but I've gone for something with a little bit of pattern on it. So the next thing you need to do is a zigzag stitch on your machine around the circles. The only reason you need to do this is because it stops the hessian from fraying. So as you thread the fabric through these little holes, which is like the next step, if you didn't zigzag it, then the hessian threads would just pull out and your flowers would probably just fall apart. So you need to do this zigzag stitch. If you haven't got a machine, whether you could do a bit of a blanket stitch or something by hand just to stop these edges fraying, you might be able to. So I have got a machine, so I'm just going to zigzag stitch right the way around. You don't have to go around this bit, you literally just do the outside edge. Right, I've stitched around them all. So I've stitched around 6 because I'm going to make 6 flowers because I'm totally addicted to these, and because we're in a bit of a heat wave and you can't do lots of other jobs, you can just sit and make these. So once you've sewn that, the rest is just creative and it's just fun. Right, you'll have to excuse my washing machine in the background. Sorry, there's no beautiful music or anything, it's just me and my washing machine. Right, so as you can see, we've got the circles on the hessian. I've got my fabric here, one of my pieces. Got my tool. So this is a very old tool. I would imagine you can probably buy new ones of these now. So it's basically like a little stick thing, and it's got like a very strong clasp on it, which is on a spring, and that grips the fabric and it enables you to pull it through. So it's a bit pointy on the end. So basically what you do, you go into your hessian. So you go, try and get this on the camera. So the hessian's got like little threads that run across. So you need to get 2 bits of thread above your little tool, and then you get your fabric. So I tend to find sometimes if you turn it the other way around, it gets more of a pattern when it's pulled through, and then you just very gently pull it halfway, and then you stop, and basically that's all you do. So you just keep doing that till you've filled your figure of 8, and really that produces your flower. I mean, how simple is that? So you get your next piece of fabric, get your tool again. I tend to start in the middle and fill it outwards a little bit, and then I come down in a line that way, down in a line that way, and then fill across. There's no definite rules, just do whatever works for you. Do leave a couple of threads in between your flowers. Obviously I've only already made about 6 of these, so I'm not mega professional, and you can alternate your fabric different ways. So again, get it in your little clasp, very, very gently pull it through. Obviously the thinner your fabric, the easier it is to pull it through. So if you've got a very thick fabric, you might find that you struggle to pull it through, and you do start to lose threads around the edges. Can you see this? So that's why you do leave that big gap at the side of your figure of 8. So I'll just do one more to show you. So again, make sure you spread them out. So you go in underneath 2 little threads, see that there? Get your fabric at the end, grip it between your little spring, pull it through very gently like that, so it goes into the middle, and then you just keep doing that, and then the more you do, you can start to see it all sort of stick up. So I'll do a few more and then I'll show you again. Right, halfway. Look, they already start to resemble a flower. It fascinates me so much, I just adore them. So that's halfway, as you can see. So we're just going to carry on, and then we'll have a full flower. So I go quite close to the edge, but not right on the stitch line, because obviously the stitch line is what holds all the hessian together. So go close, but don't go actually on the line. Right, let's carry on. Right, I've got my daughter having a go. We don't really do much crafting, so this I'm just testing to see how easy or hard it is. So now get your material. What do you think, Ruby?
It's quite easy to be fair.
It's effective though, isn't it? And gently wiggle it as you pull it back through. You do it? Yeah? And that's it, that's your next one. What do you think?
It's fun.
Well, unbelievably, I've run out of fabric. So I need to go and cut out some more little shapes. I'm probably going to do about another maybe 10. So I'll see you in a minute when I've cut some more out. Right, I've probably cut out about another 20 bits, because I kind of think it doesn't matter if you end up with a few spare bits, because eventually you get lots of spare bits, and then you can make one random one full of mixed colours. It's finished. So now for the fun bit, to cut it out. So you literally just cut round your little figure of 8, and then you need a stick. So once you've cut it out, it's a bit like this. So it tends to curl up a bit on its own anyway, but we were just saying it's got so many different uses once you've got this lovely shape. So you could maybe make it into a bracelet. Let's have a play. So you could have a little brooch. You could maybe fasten it onto a clip, have it in your hair if you like vintagey things. Whether you could fasten it on something, hang on, make it like a little bracelet thing. It's just endless what you can do with them. But anyway, obviously we're making ours into flowers. So I did go into some little woods the other day and got some sticks. So let's go and choose one. So there are all my sticks. I did get quite a few because obviously I knew I was making a lot of flowers, so I wanted to be able to get a few so that I've got some here ready. So I think this one might do. Right, I've got some glue. There's not much left of this glue, so I'm hoping there's enough to do this flower. So you literally open the, hang on, let me turn the camera. So open your flower up, get your glue. Obviously there's not much glue left in my pot, so I'm hoping there's going to be enough. Put your stick inside it, like so, just so that you can roughly work out. It kind of just goes in the middle. If there isn't enough glue, I did think about trying to actually stitch mine on rather than glue them. I think you could stitch it round the stick. There's just a bit left. Please be enough, please be enough. Oh. And then you just squeeze it together. I mean, obviously there's loads of different glues, so I'm sure you can find one that'll work. Some are fast drying, some you'd have to sit there and squeeze it for a few minutes, but that's what I'm going to grab. I don't think there's quite enough glue left. If not, I'm going to have to find a different glue. I have loads of glue kicking around in my house somewhere. But once the glue does grab it, then obviously you can... Yeah, mine's not going to grab, I don't think, because I don't think there's enough, but... Please stick. Please. It's not going to stick, is it? Let me go and find some more glue. Hang on. Right, so Gorilla Super Glue to the rescue. Let's hope that this sticks it. I think this pretty much sticks anything. So my flower has kind of stuck itself together, but the stick hasn't stuck. So I'm just going to put some of this on the stick. If I can get some to come out. Oh, this is turning into an epic fail, isn't it? Hang on. Finally managed to get it to stick. Have stuck my fingers together, but that's another story. So remember to get some good quick drying glue when you do it. Yes, so that's it finished. So there we go. What you can do with your leftover hessian, you can tie like a little bow around the top of it as well, which I think makes the stick look nice as well. You can fluff it up, you can cut it and shape it a bit if you feel like it's not quite round enough. And obviously the more you make, the prettier they start to look together. I think they're just so adorable. Obviously the different colours you use makes a different coloured flower. I've got a little bit of fake plant in the background, which I think adds to it. I make some really bright coloured ones for my mum because she loves bright colours, so she's got a yellow, the more traditional one, a gingham check one. They're very, very addictive when you start making them. It's just so easy, just really nice and simple, and you can sit and make it. You don't have to think about it too much, and it's just so creative. And when you've done it, it just looks so nice. And I think it'd be so lovely to make some for your friends, so you could just make them a little bunch of 3 or something. And if you get the sticks for free as well, it's just wonderful, isn't it? So that was my little tutorial. I really hope that somebody makes one. If you do make one and you're really proud of it, please feel free to send me a photo of it. You can contact me on email or Instagram. You know, send me a photo of it and I'll feature it in my little daily vlogs. So if you're feeling creative, go and get yourself some hessian and one of the little tools and you'll be well away. Yay! I can't wait to see if anyone does one. So if you did enjoy this, please subscribe to my channel and come and find me on Instagram as mrscrazybaglady. So I love you and leave you. I'll see you soon. Bye! Get crafting!